Tonight on The Edge, a freak accident during a Christmas performance at a Plymouth church.
A woman's costume came into contact with a candle, and now she's in the hospital with third-degree burns. Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack joins us live with more on how the church community is coming to her help. Jessica.
This poor woman, we'll get to that in a minute, but this church, Northridge in Plymouth, they've been doing this Christmas performance for 31 years, never had anything like this. So this happened last Thursday at the church in the auditorium. It was packed, about 3,000 people. They were just rolling into performing Silent Night when the mood changed and flames erupted on the stage.
About 32,000 people show up over the 2 weekends that we do it.
The crown jewel of the Christmas season at Northridge Church in Plymouth, the annual Christmas performances.
We were going into our second act and everything was just as good as gold.
Ann King, who plays Mrs. Claus, says all of the sudden during Silent Night last Thursday, the serene scene turns to chaos. Flames erupt on the risers where 44-year-old Sandy Springstead stood singing. A candle accidentally left there lit her gown on fire, and she went up in seconds. Burns on 30% of her lower body.
You have all the safety protocols in place, and then something like this freak accident, and it's so hard to take it in. You just kind of go numb.
Church security jumped in and put out the fire, putting the show on pause as she was rushed to the University of Michigan Hospital, suffering third-degree burns. The show went on that night.
We tried to interview everybody we could to find out, where this happened, how this happened, and it just appeared to be human error.
Jim King with Northridge Church says one of the pastors was by Sandy's side in the hospital, said she was more upset about missing the rest of the show.
He finished the prayer and she looked at him, she said, "You know what sucks? I can't finish the Glory of Christmas this year."
She'll be in the hospital for weeks, possibly through Christmas, those severe burns requiring skin grafts.
I just finished my praying. I looked at him and I said, "We got to do a GoFundMe page for Sandy." I said, she's going to need funds for her family, and this is going to be a rough Christmas.
That GoFundMe page is up and running as of this evening, just about $12,000 raised, but she's going to be off work for a while. And remember, Sandy does have a family, and of course, it's Christmas. If you would like to donate, the link to that GoFundMe page will be on our website. Reporting live, Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
Now, we know that community in Plymouth, they're so tight-knit. People are going to definitely pitch in and try to help this woman. 30% of her body. Yeah, I know that the Monday morning quarterbacking is easy, but a candle on stage, perhaps in the future, other people also think to use, one of those battery-operated candles instead or something, because this certainly can't happen again.
Exactly, Roop. We asked if they were going to change maybe some of the policies. This was, in fact, the last year they were going to do this specific performance, but you better believe the church is definitely learning from this freak accident. They will put even more safety protocol into future presentations.
Now, we should all keep that in mind because so many people during this very festive time, we light candles in so many different cultures. So an important cautionary tale there. Jessica Dupnack for us live tonight. Thank you.
I was drinking coffee this morning and I seen it and I just couldn't believe it.
And an overnight fire claiming the life of a man in Clinton Township. Fire crews were called to Vermander Avenue near Gratiot and 15 Mile Road. We're told the 60-year-old homeowner could not escape the flames. Now, according to neighbors, the home did not have electricity or working heat, and they saw him carry propane tanks inside just hours before the fire.
Even though he was in a bad spot, he stayed smiling. Great dude. Kind of hurt me at heart. I wanted to stop before I went to work because I'm like, I can't believe it. I see him every day.
So sad. The cause of that fire still under investigation. And a tragic update to a story you saw breaking right here on The Edge last night.
A 59-year-old man is dead after his car was hit by a driver fleeing from police. This was the horrific accident scene on the Southfield Service Drive near Schoolcraft. We're told Michigan State Police tried to pull over the driver of a speeding Infiniti sedan on the Southfield Freeway. Instead of stopping, the 20-year-old driver decided to exit the freeway. While still traveling at a very, very fast pace, the car struck another car and then rolled over. The driver was taken to the hospital for minor injuries and then was put up in the jail. Now that person is awaiting charges.
And the driver who killed 2 cyclists in West Michigan last year headed to prison. Today, Mandy Benn was sentenced to at least 70 years behind bars. Back in August 2022, Benn was under the influence when she struck the cyclists who were riding for the Make-A-Wish bicycle tour. The victims were from Ann Arbor and Bloomfield Hills, and 3 other cyclists were hurt. And a sexual assault allegation in a Sterling Heights high school.
Police arrest a student at the school. We're told the alleged assault took place at Henry Ford II High last Tuesday near the Performing Arts Center. Detectives determined there was enough evidence to make an arrest.
It's typically a safe environment, and incident like this happens. At the end of the day, it's about acting quickly, and that's what we did, investigating it as into working on prosecution as of right now.
The case has been handed over to the Macomb County prosecutor, who will then decide whether to charge the teen as a juvenile or as an adult.
And also tonight, claims of harassment and discrimination from River Rouge's only black female police officer.
Rosa Holly is now suing the department for $2 million on accusations of a hostile work environment. Fox 2's Dave Kinchin with the details.
I would like to be able to do the job that I love in the city that I love, without being harassed and mistreated and scrutinized.
Rosa Holly said she is going to work her Tuesday evening shift as a River Rouge police officer just hours after she and her attorneys announced a $2 million lawsuit against her own department alleging major mistreatment.
I've faced continuous harassment, sexually, racial. I don't have a restroom facility or a locker room facility. We are a PSO department, so I do fight fires as well as do police. I don't have a designated area for a female officer or a female firefighter.
Holly says she's the only black female officer on the force and has been harassed ever since enrolling in the police academy back in 2020. She worked as a dispatcher before that. The lawsuit accuses the River Rouge director of public safety and another official of making false claims about her and creating a hostile work environment.
She's got tons of text messages and from superior officers threatening her, on the other hand, asking her out for dates and making sexual suggestions. And so what she's gone through, no woman should have to go through in today's day and age.
She's also alleging unfair disciplinary action.
I was off for over 17 months for an accusation made by a citizen, whereas another officer, a Caucasian officer, is not. He's able to work. He's able to work overtime. He's afforded different things that I am, that I feel is unfair.
Now, Holly says she was encouraged to join the police department at the encouragement, really, of the previous female chief. That chief died, and Holly says since then things have simply gotten worse for her. And her attorneys say if they don't get a resolution on this case, they may file another lawsuit that has more details in all of this. So we will keep on all of this. And again, we haven't heard back from River Rouge officials. We will let you know when we do. Dave Kinchin on The Edge.
I turn to the weather now. A forecast that's merry and bright.
With more sun and warmer temperatures this week. Rich Luderman with our forecast. Hi, Rich.
Hey there, Amy and Roop. Yeah, the sun was great today. It helped us to warm into the 40s. Now, it is a colder pattern for tonight and tomorrow. Notice lake effect snows up here to our north, northern lower. Also, parts of the UP dealing with some squally weather for us. Mostly clear skies. Just a couple of fair weather clouds passing through southeast Michigan. Now, if your travel plans late tonight, tomorrow morning take you into the eastern UP, you're going to find some snow for Sault Ste. Marie and Grand Marais, Munising, perhaps as far west as Marquette. Look at this, live pictures from the Soo Locks. It's coming down pretty good right now. Temperatures in the middle 20s. For us, we made it to 44. Averages this time of year, 38 and 26. Look at the records. 63 on the high side. There's a -2 for you on the low side. Certainly it's chilly out there, but nothing that's that drastic. 25 Ann Arbor, 26 in Howe, 30 up there in Port Huron. The breeze continues from the south and west, and that's producing wind chills at times in the teens. Notice around Ann Arbor, Lansing, there's Flint at 19 with the wind chill, but cold air is across the region. It's not going to last very long. By Thursday, we're going to see some warmer numbers return to the area. 61 Orlando right now. That sounds pretty nice. 56 down in Dallas. So a high pressure system builds in through the Great Lakes, and it's this high that keeps us dry through the weekend and beyond. There's the word we're looking for the end of the week. It's going to get milder. For the rest of tonight, brisk and cold, down to 26 tomorrow, back to 38 with sun and clouds. And then check out, up we go, 44 on Thursday, Friday near 50 degrees, and it's looking more and more likely, Rupe and Amy, that we may not get that white Christmas. How about more details about that starting at 4 a.m.?
All right. Well, you know what? We'll at least enjoy the sunshine. Thanks for that.
Yes, we will.
First responders making the holidays a little brighter for some local children tonight.
Christmas coming early for these children at Southfield's Shop with a Hero event. They were able to fill their carts with toys, clothes, or whatever they wanted at the Southfield Meijer on Telegraph. The city's police and fire departments both teaming up along with Orchard Children's Services and Southfield Public Schools, pulling this all off, helping families in need.
Talked to many families during this process. They're very happy that during this process we can relieve them of some of the burdens that go along with holiday shopping. What you get? Wow, that is beautiful. You gonna have fun with that?
I think the officers like this as much as the children do. There were about 20 kids taking part in the event.
They get to be a kid again.